Hello everybody and a very warm welcome to Crafters TV. My name is Ben Moseby. Thanks for joining us. We are here for the final show of your Wednesday. Can't actually believe it's 5 o'clock. The day's absolutely flown over. I feel revived and rejuvenated and revivified, ready for tonight's show. If I'm being honest, I've got some wine gums keeping me going, and also some gummy reindeers as well. So feeling a little bit like that at the end of the last show, but now I'm here, ready to go, sugared up, and we're cracking on with Beautiful Beginnings. Your kind of back to basics show, if you like. Over the course of the next couple of hours, we're going to be looking mainly at all things embossing again. We do have the Majestic Unicorn collection on the show for you, but yeah, all things embossing. So any questions you've got, feel free to fire those in. Anything you want to ask in terms of techniques, ideas, anything that you want to ask in terms of questions outside of embossing, get those in as well, because we will have Essentials Corner coming up for you a little bit later on in the second hour of the show, where we get to sit down over in the Essentials Corner and we answer all your questions. And it can be about anything, whether it is embossing, whether it's die cutting, whether it's stamping, whether it's ink pads, whether it's glues, whether it's paper, whether it's cardstock, whatever it might be. Get those questions in. We've got Superstar Susie on the socials tonight, so she will compile the questions for me. I think last time we were on Susie, we had a few, didn't we? I think we had 14 or 15 questions, something like that. So let's try and beat that tonight, because we want to answer all of those questions which are worrying you and troubling you currently. We'll say hello to Craig in just a second. As I say, Susie is on the socials tonight. Already in is Stephen saying good evening. Hi to Trudy. Hello also to Michelle Moore, who says hello everyone from Queens in New York. Thelma Deekfuss says, hello everyone, here from Florida. Hello, Thelma. Hello also to M, who says, hello all, I'm homesick today. Oh, I'm home sick today, but that means I do get to watch live. It's worth it. Nice one. Hope you're not too sick. And also hello to Kendall Serafian. He says, hello everybody from Minnesota. Keep all the hellos coming. Susie, thank you for your comment. I think we'll be on pretty good behaviour tonight. Fairly good behaviour, potentially. We'll see how the night goes, to be honest with you. At a point, I think I potentially am going to be doing a little bit of playing as well. So we're just going to have a bit of fun. We're going to play. We're going to laugh. We're going to inspire. We're going to teach. We're going to answer questions. And whilst Craig says hello, I'm going to eat a wine gum.
I didn't think I was going to turn up either, yes. Yes, I took Charlotte to the train station.
You gentleman, you.
Well, do you know what? It's been lovely to see her. So obviously me and Charlotte go back a good number of years. It's lovely for her to come up here, and we thought we're not having her bothering with taxis and that sort of stuff. So I picked her up at the train station this morning and said, I will take you then back, forgetting, of course, tea time traffic. Tea time traffic, and then roadworks in Darwin.
North Road, Darlington.
That's it, yeah. So quite literally there, 2 minutes before, I came running in as I grabbed one of the wine gums. Really tasty, by the way.
Aren't they?
Yeah, I'm kind of like wanting more now. But yes, we're going to be having a look when it comes to the Unicorn collection. We'll have a little play with the partial embossing folders. We'll get him crafting. We'll do a little bit of watermark with the embossing powders. And we're going to play. And that's what I love to do on Beautiful Beginnings. Have something ready and organised to show you guys. In the meantime, we can wait on you asking, is there anything you're wanting to see? Try and always revolve it around the products we've got on the show, but if I can definitely do whatever to show you and answer your questions.
And as far as questions are concerned, feel free to ask questions which are pertaining to what Craig is doing, and we'll answer those as we go. But if it's just like general, sort of generic, crafty questions, then we'll save them to the end of the show, because hopefully you'll stick with us for the entire show. But get them in, basically. Let's get as many as we can. Let's have some fun. And actually, in Essentials Corner, if there's anything particular that you want to ask non-crafty, you want to ask Craig, you want to ask me, maybe you want to ask how my knitting's going. Very well. It's not too bad, that, is it, to be honest with you? There's a few little random rows in there. Like, I've got a big hole there where I think I must have missed a little bit. But I'm not too fussed. I'm going to finish me ball of yarn. And I'll have a little scarf by the end of it. It'll be a scarf. That's what I won't see what I've got. I know what I'll get. It will be that, just about that long, basically. So yeah, quite enjoying that. It's very therapeutic, isn't it? That's
why I like cross stitch.
What's that?
That's why I like cross stitch.
What? Because it's therapeutic.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just, you can just lose, it's like with the colouring as well. You can just lose yourself, can't you? Like I was you should have seen Laura's face last night when I got back home, because she obviously doesn't watch Crafters TV, so she didn't know. And I pulled my ball of yarn out of my bag. I just sat there, started clacking my knitting needles together. She was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "What does it look like I'm doing, darling? I'm knitting." Yeah, she couldn't quite believe it. But you know what? I enjoy it, so why not? Hey, why not?
Exactly. Why not?
Yeah.
For something that in the past have been seen as maybe female orientated, why not? Guys can absolutely do things like that as well, you know, across the board when it comes to the gender. So good on you for, starting.
I'm representing the knitting crew.
The knitting natters.
Yeah, I'm bringing knitting back.
I'm bringing knitting
Back. Hi to Pamela who joins us. Carlette has joined us in Arkansas. Hello to Laurie Barnett. Hello, Pat in New Jersey. Pamela Greenidge, Rebecca Dancer, and Karen Carter says hi from a sunny Croydon. Karen Fisher says hello from Florida. The show is going to be a good distraction for me after a very difficult day yesterday. Well, Karen, sorry to hear that, and hopefully we can put a smile on your face today and give you that distraction. Hi, Jen Shank. Hello, Jane Adams, saying good morning from a fabulous Las Vegas. I should imagine Las Vegas is always fabulous, isn't it? And Karen Carter says,
Las Vegas, did you say?
Karen Carter says, Ben, you and Craig wouldn't know what best behaviour is, even if it smacked you in the face. Oh, Jamie, you cut me too quickly. Is that what you got in there?
Yeah. Are they stags or mooses or
They're reindeers.
reindeers?
Yeah.
Are they left from Christmas, have they?
They've got a bit of like a crusty coating on them.
Yeah.
Have you noticed? They're quite tasty though. I did look on the box because we'll get into crafting in a minute. We did have an incident a little while back at the shop that we go to where Jake bought a cupcake from there and he, when he brought it back in, he noticed it was actually out of date and he took it back to complain. And he's not allowed in the shop now. So I do look at the best before dates on there, and these actually best before June and July, so we're fine.
I'm bad. Really bad for best before dates.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
What, as in if...
If it's like a day past or that,
No.
nope. No.
Okay.
And I know that's bad. And I know it's bad, but I am.
Hello, Hillary and Holly Collie, and hello to Teresa, who says good afternoon from Ohio. Let me show you this kit, because that's what I was supposed to do about 20 minutes ago. Oh, I thought you said that. Now, there will be a slight problem, I think, in that oh, yes, I do. I've got them down here. It's fine. Ah, I see. So we had a plan for when Craig wasn't going to be here, but now we have a plan that Craig is here. Now, the Majestic Unicorn Bundle, £48 or $64 is the price on this. Let me show you everything that you will be receiving. You are going to get the Unicorn at Heart. That's that beautiful embossing folder. Actually, if you just wanted a taste of the Unicorn collection, then you can get that embossing folder in the Embossing Folder Starter Kit. So that is the first part of this bundle. You've also got the Be Unique, Be You stamp and die set. So you've got the beautiful rainbows in there. Also, you've got the stamps and the elements of the cloud and the hearts and the raindrops. You've also got the beautiful Born to be a Unicorn. So that is sentiments in stamp form, and then you've got the unicorn itself in die form. So embrace your inner unicorn, sparkle like a unicorn, unicorn at heart. More sentiments in the form of the stamps here. So really cute, follow your dreams. You've got you are magical, I believe in you, happy birthday, have a magical day. You're also going to get the stamp and die. There is kindness. There is power in kindness. So that's that beautiful unicorn that you can get your pens with and start colouring. You've got the edgeable with that as well. So embrace your inner unicorn. Look lovely to paper piece that, colour that, back it with some acetate, get your alcohol markers out. And the illusion film to go with. So that's something which you might want to back onto that beautiful die. Am I thinking as well you get paper pads with this? because I don't have them in the studio.
Here, do you want them?
Do you want to
The
show them,
Vellums
seeing
as
as you've
well?
got them? You just flip through those. 12 by 12, 6 by 6, and the Vellum and the luxury linen. So Craig will show you those because those come in the bundle as well. So I've got the hardware plus the illusion film, and Craig's got the beautiful papers which he can show you, which come with.
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't realise.
That's okay. That's absolutely fine.
We're all friends here.
What we're going to do is let's show you the linen cardstock first, because you've got 6 beautiful colours. Now this is the demo set that we've got on this side here. So what I'm going to do is show you the 6 colours because they are gorgeous. You've got those pastel tones, but what you have got them in is kind of like the reds, the peaches, the yellows, the blues. You got your lilac and your mint. With those 6 colours, 4 sheets of each of them. Let's move that out the way. What I'll then do is, my first demo bed, we're actually focusing on vellum. And we're going to be making a card with the vellum, because so many of you struggle. And you say that, you know, time and time again. It's always a question we tend to get asked is about the vellum. So I'm going to show you how you can then make and layer your card when it comes to the vellum. 6 designs, absolutely gorgeous designs. Whether, of course, you're using them on black, because you've got that translucity to them, and of course you've got all the colours that matches with your linen card, but absolutely beautiful. So that is one of them. What you've also then got is your second one.
Stunning.
So that one, you're going to find each one has more of a focal point of colour. That one being your mint, that one being your oranges. But look at that, the difference when it comes to even just black.
Dramatic.
It is. It really, really is. So as I was saying, 6 designs. This one here is more of your pink tones. And they've all got unicorn, different design and a different point of your actual 8x8, because that's what they are, 8x8 in size. So if I flick through the next few of them here, so that you can see exactly what they look like. Because I think sometimes, I know I can be bad for kind of speeding through the actual pack, but there's your black, onto your black. Let's go into the last couple here. This is the one here, bringing that in there. And what you'll find is some of them have got more of the corner florals, some of them are more framed florals, and some are just beautiful and kind of no set sort of layout.
It's crazy to think as well, everything I showed you plus all of this is 48 quid.
Exactly.
Is ridiculous value.
It pretty much is the full collection.
It's everything, isn't it?
It is, which is very, very rare to have all of that. Then what we've got, and this is what I love, and this is also where we're going to focus on the vellum and the 6x6. Usually what we say, Ben, is there's a 6x6, but let's show you the 12x12, because they're the same. They're not. So let's show you the 12x12. Going to have to go face on for this one here. 24 sheets, you've got 8 designs, 3 of each, double-sided, but they're a pearlescent. So one side you've got more of your floral leaves, and then on the opposite side you've got more of your deeper floral leaves. As we start to go further back, again, you've got the opposite side, which are subtler. The front side, you've got a bold hit of the colours. The more at the front, what you're going to find is you've got that feature within the unicorn, which will then start to feature in different sections of the 12x12. Every one of them is that pearlescent. So it might be the top corner, it could be the bottom corner. You've got your peaches in there, you've got your lilacs in there, you've got your reds, your mints in there, but they're all on pearlescent.
Stunning.
So that is your 12x12.
Yep.
But your 6x6, 24 sheets, you've got 12 designs and you've got 2 of each. These are single-sided because they are full on imagery.
It's like a topper pad, isn't it?
That's exactly what it's like, and that's exactly the way in the direction of my demo bed to show you how you can use either them, or I'll show you the vellum. So I'll show you both ways to use them as toppers. So you've got your multiple designs, gorgeous to fussy cut, should you wish. Let's go in with the additional one. So really lovely kind of like watermark background effects that you've got within them, all revolving around the floral, which you're going to expect. Just the weave within the mane as well. Every one of them are exquisite. I know I say it, you know, periodically when it comes to other paper pads, but these ones, certainly the 6x6, you could absolutely pop them in a box frame. Pop them in a box frame. You don't even need to decoupage them. Box frame, straight away, that's it done. That is your full collection from what Ben showed you, 6x6, 12x12 linen, and the 8x8 vellums.
Absolutely brilliant. Loads of comments coming through. We've already got a couple of questions for Essentials Corner, which is marvellous already. 15 minutes into the show. Thank you to Peggy Sue Whiskerson. It says, hello from Minnesota. We've got a blizzard outside, so a perfect day to stay in and watch Crafters TV. Also comments coming in from Lynn, who says, I have loads of vellum and absolutely no idea what to do with it. Well, Lynn, stay tuned. The Majestic Unicorns paper are some of my favourite colours, says Sarah. Even to Lynn, even to Lisa P, who says, according to Google, Ryan Gosling, Russell Crowe and Kurt Cobain are and were all knitters. So there you go.
What's his name? The swimmer's a knitter, isn't he?
Who's that?
The swimmer. He's a knitter, isn't he?
Tom Daly?
Yeah.
Yes, because he knits like his little, I mean, obviously he doesn't swim in them, but he knits like his little trunks, doesn't he, as well? Sarah says, can't wait to get my knitting kit. I already know how to crochet, so I was up for a new challenge. And Fred says, I taught vets and wounded warriors to knit and crochet for years. There is no gender rules in crafting. That is absolutely blooming right. OK, so we are going to have a look first then at a little bit of a demo with this collection. So you're going to concentrate on the vellum here, are you?
Yes, I am. Yes. So let's show you some finished samples to start with here. What you have got is you've got everything, as you would expect, to revolve around the unicorn. You've got your stamps, your sentiment dies, you've even got the rainbow die in there as well. You've got that gorgeous edgeable. Now, most of the samples that I've got here are from the most incredibly talented Nicole Bretherick. So we're going to show you a lot of these ones, whether you're using that embossing folder. That is just as an FYI though, because I don't want anyone to get caught out of that, is this is the same embossing folder that's in the embossing folder starter kit.
Yeah, exactly right.
However, the value you can, in my opinion, this is obviously just my opinion, if I was spending my money, it was like, the saving is exceptional if you were to go for both of them. You're either going to have a spare one or you could gift that one, Ben, to someone else. So entirely up to you, but just so that you know that it is the same one. And then of bringing in the stamps, there's another one there with that edgeable. But what about your DL card? What about as well, Ben, starting to use this with your layout collection?
Love that idea.
So instead of doing things such as the projects in the layout collection, just substitute the papers, the stamps and the dies.
And that's the next step, isn't it, really? And you say that with the layout collection. Obviously, use what you've got in that box initially, but then bring in your other collections to use alongside it. There's so many great samples here. Look at that.
It really is. I mean, look at that one there that Sandy's made there.
Love that, Sandy.
Really is exceptional. And that is using the 6x6, but you could be using the vellums if you want. So let's delve in here. And we're going to start with the basis of the mats and the layers. And then, no, I can't do that because I need to show you the size to then measure. So bear with me. That made no sense to you guys at home, but it made sense to me. Right, let's take in one of the 6x6 toppers, as you like to call it, Ben. So this is from the paper pad. Not done anything. It is, of course, 6x6. This is going to make a 7x7 card. What I'm going to then do is, and that's for the vellum, you know when you're like a little bit of a rush and you feel like all discombobulated?
We'll let you off because, as I say, you only got back about 90 seconds before the show started. So, it's been a little bit of a rush. So for Gentleman Craig.
Yeah, I like to think that I am anyway.
Just mistimed it a little bit with, like you say, rush hour traffic.
Yeah, yeah. Saying to John, and obviously Johnny was absolutely fine, but we knew that maybe potentially I might get held up, but yeah, forgetting it's actually bang on tea time, it was like, and then roadworks, but anyway. So, got my 6x6 bed. Now, even if we just pop it onto a little bit of black, because you know what I'm like, And as I always say, the layers that I do are completely optional. You can skip some if you want to, but going in, using these as a way to create a feature of your card. Now, what I am going to do is, I've got all this done. We are going to cut them and create them, so don't worry. I'm not like skipping the whole lot by just saying, there you go, that's your demo. Here you go. But what I'm wanting to just show you is you've got embrace your inner, and then you've got your die that says unicorn. So then you can have a play with things such as the positioning. But let's say you want to be using your vellum more. So what we can do is bring in one of the 8x8 vellums. And as you can see, I've chopped it down to 6x6 to match that size. Now, if I go straight onto the black, it does work in that sense, it gives you that drama. But this is where, if I bring in a piece of white card, cut it exactly to size, and then pop that there, that's me now making use of the vellums.
Yeah.
And that's how I always say the vellums, my quick answer is always use vellums in place of your background papers or your toppers. And that's exactly what I've done here. So if I do that again, if I take that one away, so if I put the 6x6 in, there we go, that's a 6x6. But then take your vellums and do that instead. Chop it to 6x6. And at first glance, to you guys at home, you wouldn't notice or realise at the moment it's vellum until you're up close. So let's use that one, because of course I'm going to then show you, Ben, how to attach it. And all that I'm doing to start with, because I know we've got comments coming through, the best way for me anyway with vellum, it's either brads, or what I like to do is 4 dots of glue in the middle, because I like that free flowing motion. So I'm going to put 4 dots of glue into the corner, let that dry, and then while going over comments, I'm just going to mat and layer them before we start to then die cut.
Yeah, I read a few comments. I'm glad that you've shown that actually, because, you know, not that, you know, I'm an expert crafter, but, you know, I obviously listened to you guys and we've talked about it a lot. I just think in its simplest form, and I know you guys do a lot more with vellum, if you think to yourself, well, I use my papers to mat and layer, and you can do that, obviously do that with your vellums as well, in its simplest form, isn't it?
Yeah.
What you do with your papers, just do with your vellums.
Exactly.
It's the simplest way to think of it.
The simplest of way. And then, of course, size dependent. You can make little envelopes. Later on, we'll do an envelope with the 12x12 paper pad.
Yeah.
12x12. But yeah, if you're making smaller envelopes, then yeah, use your vellums as well. Make flowers. You know our flower punches? Why not use them to create flowers, but with your vellums? So I'm just going to let that grab while I then mat and layer all of these together.
Hello, Melanie. Melanie Bronoff says, I made it in time today. Good day, Ben, Craig, and everybody. Good day, Melanie. Julia Chiverton joins us in Exmouth, beautiful Exmouth. Rebecca Dancer says, Ben, that hole in your scarf can be useful as a buttonhole. When you finish your scarf, sew a button on the end. Oh, thank you, Rebecca. Maybe I will do that. I'm thinking if I finish it in time for June, I can give it to Craig for his birthday present. He can wear it when he goes to New York.
Oh, that would be so nice of you.
Match your suit today.
Would you give it to me before I go or after? Oh yeah, before. Then, so I can wear it.
Although having said that, you probably wouldn't need a scarf in New York in June, would you?
No, but I could, of course, because you spent that time making it, I would take it with me, and I would wear it and take a photo. Aww. Maybe at the top of Rockefeller, waving your scarf.
You could take the scarf on tour.
Scarf on tour. Yeah.
Karen says, I do love you two being naughty. It makes my day. Lol.
You're not naughty.
We haven't been naughty, have we, today?
I think we've been on our best behaviour today, actually.
Very good behaviour.
Funny what happens when we've got a guest, isn't it?
Yeah. Had Charlotte, our guest, in the gallery today. So if you're wondering why Craig was being, you know, exceptionally professional and well behaved today, it's because he was obviously trying to impress. Same with me, obviously, as well. But then again, I'm always #profesh. Hello, Jeffrey Langley. Happy and joyous hump day, Craig and Ben and the mighty, fabulous CTV crew. Awesome sample, says Pamela. And I simply love the Unicorn collection, says Pat Demarest. I haven't had the opportunity to use much of it yet, but I do love Craig's colours on the borders. And Brenda says, and they've just touched on this, but obviously people joining in all the time. What adhesive are you using for the vellum? What did you use, Craig, for Brenda?
Tacky glue. Tacky glue. I would highly always recommend your white tacky glue. Now, what I would also say on that one, Ben, is make sure it's a really, really good one. So, Collal tacky glue, or of course you guys know that I also use Sticks 2 glue. You want something, usually we say inexpensive. On this term I'm going to say if you use a cheap PVA glue, cheaper one, it's usually just full of a lot of water. Now that, if you use that on the back of Vellums, that's really going to start to saturate it, and it's then starting to warp, and then it's not going to look really, really nice at all. So you want something that's got more of a higher glue content. Don't worry, you don't have to go searching, you know, on the backs of stuff. As I say, Collal or Sticks 2 are two really good ones. But I just like to go into the corners. You can see here, or not see in this case here, you cannot see my 4 dots of glue.
No.
You cannot see them. Now, I could quite comfortably, Ben, do a light line of glue all the way around to secure it and know that you're not going to see it. Let's say, for instance, you do have a glue that is showing. Instead, you could either use brads, or if it is showing, go over the top with maybe a gem or a pearl.
Okay.
Just over the top, just to hide it. But with the vellum, I like that kind of, it's not free-flowing because it is tight, stuck down, but I just like that looseness at the side and the top. So I would always, always recommend, in my opinion, our Collal tacky glue, or of course, you guys know, that's Sticks 2 that I use too.
Excellent stuff. Keep the comments coming through. As I say, questions which are, you know, not necessarily relating to what Craig is doing, we will stack those up, and Superstar Susie will pop us those questions over a little bit later on. Mary Pat says, good morning, everyone, from sunny Montana. We have a new member of our huge family. Our great nephew arrived yesterday after class, and he is so beautiful. Well, many congratulations, Mary Pat, and your family. Does great nephew have a name? Let us know in the comments.
How lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Don also joins us, Don Durfler, saying hello again, everybody. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello to Marnie, who's joined us as well, saying that this is so pretty. And Fred171, thank you, says, Ben, your scarf will be your church-going scarf because it's holy. Ha ha! Holy. It's got a hole in it. I like that. You got a few groans from the gallery there, Fred. But I appreciate that. Oh, you know it's a good joke when Jamie groans, you say, Nicola? Yeah, yeah.
It was
too cool to laugh.
It was funny. Yeah. Now, if you see there, Ben, how nice is that? Okay, you've got your framework, but at first glance, it just looks like a piece of 6x6 pattern paper, but it's a nice way to be using your vellums.
Yeah.
You've got that translucity, and of course, you could pop, instead of doing white card, you could, if you wanted to, put colour card behind it instead. So you're going to get that translucity depending on what colour card that you use. But if you really want to show off its full potential and detail, I would always put vellum or pattern vellum onto your white cardstock.
Yeah.
And then all that I'm doing now is I'm going to do a triple
Drop shadow.
drop shadow.
I was going to say, there's no way he's just placing that white unicorn onto there without, I was thinking at least with a drop shadow in black.
Oh, absolutely.
But you're going pink and black.
So we are going to go pink, white, and black.
Oh.
Three
with these drop shadows, you are
colours.
really spoiling us.
I am.
Why particularly this time are you going for the 3? Just because you can, or to match with the colours?
Because, and that's a very good question, because you could go just black and white, which you might potentially do that, but it's actually, for me visually, it's distracting on the eye, because all that you've got is this gorgeous mint and pink all the way round, and then all of a sudden you've got a really nice readable font sentiment, and then you're stuck with it down in black and white.
Okay.
Still works.
Yeah.
It still works, but what will then happen is if we also incorporate a colour,
Oh, yeah.
you've got the hit of colour, you've got that light source of your white card, and then you've got that shadow when it comes to the black cardstock. So that's why I've gone for a triple. And what I'll also show you here is, I know sometimes when some of you do a drop shadow, a triple drop shadow, you struggle. And all that you're going to do is you're going to do your drop shadow as normal. And then what some people at home do that you've been telling me is you will then take your drop shadow that we will stick, and then you're trying to do the black drop shadow versus the pink. You're not focusing on the pink, you have to focus on the white. So you're not skipping, but you're following each step. So the white will be the drop shadow of the pink, and then the black will be the drop shadow of the white. So you're still doing it in that set stages there. So what we can then do is start off with the pink. I'm going to use my tacky glue. If you're using your dotty tape runner, please be careful because it's still a fragile piece. So if you're using your tape runner, I know this is the straight one, but it's just to show you. If you're using it, hold it down.
Here we go. So this is the tip, because I find this quite difficult sometimes, even with the dotty, just to, even if you're gentle. So do you hold and just do it in sections, do you?
Yes, yeah. I will do it in, tell you what, let's just pop my glue onto here first, and I'll have time before it dries. So now I'm doing this the other way around so that I can show you. So usually I would put the pink onto the white and then the white onto the black.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do it this way just so that I can show you. So what you're going to want to do is anchor it down, Ben. So just anchor it down with your finger.
Yeah.
And then work your way, but also go in the direction of the font. So you're wanting to go in that direction and not in the opposite. So if I go in the opposite direction there of the eye, there's a good chance I'm going to pull that eye up. So I want to go against. So I'm just then going to hold down and then anchoring down with my finger on each of these little bits.
I get you.
To stop it from lifting. And then take that one up, and then we're going to go in.
See, again, just to show you to ask any questions. Seems like a silly question, that, but actually,
It's
a
an
good question to
imperative
ask.
question, yeah. The only thing about your drop shadow with your dotty tape runner, you have to be quite specific.
Yeah.
Whereas your tacky glue, you've got that movability, which is certainly for something that's really light and delicate like this is, you do want to have that little bit of maneuverability. So let's see here, I could do with pulling that out slightly, which is doable, but it's a lot easier if I used my tacky glue, so I can move it about. And then I'll go on and do this one. As I say, I would usually do it in order. I would do pink, I would do white, and then the black.
And that's got to be the maximum amount of drop shadow you'd ever do. You'd never go to 4 layers.
I don't think I've ever done.
There'd be no point, would there?
No. Yeah, see, for anything, I certainly wouldn't necessarily do, add a mint in.
No.
Because it's also about drawing your eye away, and it can get maybe a little bit jumbled if you're then potentially going to do 2 colours. And then you've got 2 beautiful pastel colours. Whereas the thing with what we're doing here, we've got a beautiful pastel, and then you've got that hit of natural light with the white, and then that dark shadow with the black.
Yeah.
So you've got your black and white, although they say it's not colours, but you've got that black and white against the pink, which it shows it off just nicely. So we're going to go into, I am going to use that one because it is a little bit better. And then all that I've also done, embraced your inner.
Yeah.
You can see that works with the sentiment. And obviously it's a prime example. It's maybe not ideal for that design of the paper pad because you're kind of covering it up. Whereas with something like this, within the vellum, you can then go along here. Again, we can then go in, and then we can add our tacky glue, like so, and finish it off.
Doreen's just said, thanks to you, Craig, I now use a lot of drop shadows, but this one is fab.
Yeah, it's not something I do a lot, a triple drop shadow, but I do it when I think it really does need it.
I know I've got like, you know, an old man's brain, but I want to say that I don't think I've ever seen a triple drop shadow before.
Have you not? No?
I don't think so, no.
No.
So I'm very, very impressed.
It is effective.
Yeah, it is.
I have to admit, it is effective.
Beautiful card, says Ash. Jeannie says, hello everyone, I love that paper, it really makes such a beautiful card. Everything's still available at Craig's Crafting within the Showstopper bundle. Again, if you need to stock up on Vellums and the linen cardstock, maybe you just want to go for the 6x6 pad because you like the idea of, you know, using those as toppers for your projects. Everything is available. Shop the day for all of the details of all of the goodies that we've got, but the value on this is incredible. If you're a platinum member, you are better than half price today to get that whole collection. Oh, and he's turned into a little bit of sparkle. Well, you've got to have sparkle on a unicorn project, haven't you?
Oh, of course you do, yeah. You've got to. Let's go down into here. So I'm going to do 5. Pop 5 on. Let's go in with the other set. I do like my pearls, but I think something like this, we really do need the gems. And let's go in with our tiny little pink gems. I've got my odd number, so I've got my 5 of them, and then I'm just going to pick them up into position throughout, into that one, down into there, and of course you can add more should you wish, but then there we go. We've got that one, which at first glance looks like part of either a 6x6 pad or a 12x12 pad, whereas in actual fact it is vellum that you'll see that we've just popped at the back. There we go. So it's a nice way now to use your vellums.
Loads of lovely comments coming through. As I say, that whole bundle is available for you. All of the papers, the vellums, the linen cardstock, and all of the goodies that I showed you there as well in that Showstopper bundle is £48 or $64. Incredible value for money. Keep sending your questions in. Superstar Susie on the socials tells me that we have 6 questions already for Essentials Corner, which I think is the most we've ever had at this point in the show. So fire yours in. We will do them in the order that we get them through, but let's try and get upwards of 15 or 20 questions tonight. Like I say, any questions about the show, the products, anything you're stuck with, please ask. Let's use one of the very best in the business whilst he's here. He will be able to help you. That's the whole point. And also, any questions that you might have, I don't know, you want to ask me a question?
The very best in the business over there. The very best in the business.
But, you know, you might want to ask, you know, a question about, I don't know, what Craig does in his spare time if he has any. Yeah, personal questions. I mean, not too personal. But, yeah, you know, ask the questions. We're happy to chat through those a little bit later on. As I say, though, get to the checkouts right now, and we'll come back in about 4 minutes' time with some more inspiration.
My favourite part is the interaction we can have with the lovely presenters.
The laughter and the giggles and the dressing up and the jokes.
Really fun and really good, and sometimes the only laugh you will get when you're not feeling well.
The personal connection with the presenters and the demonstrators.
The inspiration and clear instruction is patiently presented.
Of everyone that I have come to know on Crafters TV.
Well, we got 2 comedians, Dan and Craig. They're not comedians really, they're brilliant.
Presenters are great. Demonstrators are great.
Number 1 is the enjoyment I get from watching Ben and all of the demonstrators making the projects.
You are all so down to earth and genuine people, always willing to share and help.
Personal connection with everyone that's involved in Crafters TV.
For me, they have become my friend, creating a personal connection and making you feel part of a crafting family.
And get me a chuckle. It just feels like you're right there in my living room.
Right guys, now we've been getting a lot of love from everybody since the start of the new year, but I just feel like there is even more we could give our viewers.
But we already give them entertaining shows, amazing offers, brilliant demos and in-depth craft-alongs. What more can we do?
Yes, but I still think we could give them more.
Basara, we're already live 3 shows a day, 5 days a week. I mean, what else are you thinking?
You're right. It looks like we might have to Make it Saturdays!
That's right, join me over the next few Saturdays as we sit down, chat, craft and create live from the studio, giving you even more opportunities to watch and join in.
Want to catch some amazing deals at the weekend? Make it Saturday.
Want your chance to win some amazing prizes? Make it Saturday.
To virtually join us live and show us your makes? Make it Saturday.
Want to have a chance for us to solve your craft problems in our crafty clinic? Make it Saturday.
Want to vote for your favourite demo of the week? Make it Saturday.
So don't miss out on our brand new show, Make It Saturday, where the weekend comes to life.
Hi everyone, challenge accepted. Checking in to let everybody know what Crafter's Companion means to me, and I thought I'd take a page out of Ben's book and do a parody of his parody. Apologies in advance for the lack of a singing voice. There once was a lass who was very crafty, and she tuned every day into CTV. Learning was fun, how could this be? Oh, crafty lass, craft along. Soon may the crafty lass come to fill her basket with showstopper fun. Each day when her chatting was done, she might do a craft along. She set her alarm for 4 a.m. to check out the new daily bargain. Monday through Friday she'll do it again. Oh, crafty lass, craft along. Soon may the crafty lass come to fill her basket with showstopper fun. Each day when her chatting was done, she might do a craft along. Sarah, Ben, and the Double Debbies, Leanne, Sheena, and the Hottie Scotty. You'll find them all on CTV. Oh, crafty lass, craft along. Soon may the crafty lass come to fill her basket with showstopper fun. Each day when her chatting was done, she might do a craft along. When I tell you the tale of CTV, it's guaranteed fun for you and me. Programs for everyone to see. Oh, crafty lass, craft along. Soon may the crafty lass come to fill her basket with showstopper fun. Each day when her chatting was done, she might do a craft along. I love you, CTV. Thank you.
All right, everybody. You know I'm in business when the penny comes on. Beautiful beginnings. I always like to do something. Thing is, like, I craft a little bit more now, don't I? I'm doing a few craft alongs. I was knitting yesterday, but one of the features in this show, which we always commit to, is to me crafting along with our guys. Ben's beautiful beginning. Penny goes on. Learn something new. So we're going to have a little bit of a play with this brilliant embossing starter kit, which I'll take you through. It's so good. And I know I've done some embossing before, but actually Craig's going to take me through tonight something which I haven't done, which is some embossing. And we're going to go all through that in just a second. But this embossing starter kit is brilliant. The value is incredible when you consider you're only paying £20 or $28 for the full set. And actually, those two items there is the value, and I'm not talking about the value, platinum value, I'm talking about the value, 25, 35 is the value. So if you're platinum, you're getting even better bang for your buck here. You've got the beautiful embossing folder with the dies there. So if you love the new ones which we brought to you earlier on, same sort of system really, in the fact that you've got a 3D embossing folder, you've got the die cut element there, which you can die cut out and then emboss in the embossing folder to create a really beautiful embossed die cut, or just use the 3D embossing folder on its own. You've got your embossing folder and beautiful like doily edgeable design in there too. So that's a 3-piece set with the antique filigree, and that's all you pay for. We're then going to give you our Sweet Treats embossing folder, which allows you to create lots of different styles of embossed elements. You can create that really cool little popcorn carton on there as well. Little bags you can do, little hearts, really, really fun. That's a standalone embossing board that you can use, although if you have got the Ultimate Pro, you'll see the little notches that you've got on the side there, means that that will fit really nicely onto the Ultimate Pro as well. So you get that for free within the bundle. Then for free within the bundle, you're going to get the Ace of Spades 2D embossing folder. That comes from the Vintage Vegas collection, and funnily enough, that's the one which I'm going to be attempting to do some crafting with Craig in just a few moments' time. So that comes to you. It's 4x6 in size, actually. I reckon that's like a really super cool embossing folder as well. I love that. And as Craig was talking about just a few minutes ago, if you want to dip your toe in the water when it comes to the Unicorn collection, the Majestic Unicorn 3D embossing folder that, of course, is in the Majestic Unicorn Showstopper is also available in this bundle. So if you just want to try that out, maybe you just like the embossing folder, it is in this bundle. But that's not all, because on top of all of that, we will also give you a round blending tool. So that comes with the replacement heads for you. And get this, for 20 quid again, it's bonkers. 3 ink pads. We're going to give you 2 opaque pigment ink pads and a water reactive ink pad. No, other way around. 1 opaque pigment ink pad and 2 water reactive ink pads. So this one's the opaque pigment in the Frosty Jade. Ooh, she's frosty. You've got that for obviously blending. Great to do your heat embossing techniques with as well. And then we're going to give you 2 of our water reactive ink pads again. So great for doing all of your water techniques with. Great again for blending, distressing, doing those faux bleach techniques. Lemon tonic, always an absolute fave. That's yours in the bundle. And also we're going to give you the crushed velvet as well. I mean, if you're starting off and you want to get into embossing, that kit is sensational value. But for anybody who just loves crafting, I think, it's worth snapping that one up, because you've got ink pads that you'll want to top up on. You've got tools in there. You've got embossing folders. Again, if you've already got them, it might be a case of giving them away as gifts to people. But that is a seriously good value for money deal. £73.91 or £91.75 becomes £20 or 28 bucks. Just a few final comments before we move on to this little section of the show. Lots coming in. Lovely card, Craig says, our Carletta. Brilliant card, Craig says, Trish Lestelle. And Craig, that is brilliant, says Amanda. I have so many packets of Vellums, yet I keep forgetting about them. Love the use of the Vellum, says Trish. And also thank you to Christy Mahoney, who says, Ben, what did I miss? Did you sit down watching TV last night and start to knit and see if your wife had a reaction? Yes, I did. And her reaction was, what are you doing? That was pretty much it, in that sort of tone there. She was busy. What were they watching at the time? I can't remember. Something on reality TV. They watched like a lot of that reality stuff.
Yeah.
And they were having, this doesn't really matter, but they were sat eating their chicken noodle dinner, and Laura and Daisy, and they both looked up, and that was it. What are you doing? That was the reaction. And then I was just like, well, obviously, I'm knitting. Duh. And then my chicken noodle dinner was in the oven, but I was obviously too busy knitting, so I sat and knitted for a while before I had my dinner. Works up quite an appetite, you see.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Can imagine.
Yeah. So that was the reaction. Not really the reaction I was looking for, but hey, jealousy's a terrible thing. Right, let's go on with Craig. So we're going to use elements from this collection, right? And you're going to take me through a little bit of a technique, I believe.
Yeah, obviously when it comes to embossing folders, we do letterpress quite a lot. But something that certainly I've not done, I dabbled in it earlier on today, but that was a 3D folder, whereas it does work best with a 2D embossing folder, is using the translucent clear ink pad. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to then just have a little bit of a feel, and you want to have it so that you've got the image that is debossed into the plastic.
Right.
So I've got my smooth background, and then this image, it's debossed, it's going inwards. If you feel this side here, then the detail is actually raised up. So it's the other side. So when it comes to the Ace of Spades here, it's actually the side that's got the blueprint on it that you want to then bring in your translucent clear ink pad.
Right.
And then all that I'm going to start to do, and it is because it's kind of like a sticky ink, it's not going to be as easy to then like blend over like you would do with something like a water reactive ink. But what I'm going to do then is I'm just going to then dab.
So dabbing on it, yeah?
So I'm dabbing. I'm not pressing down because I don't want to squish any of the sticky ink into the detail.
Right.
So as long as I just dab and keep it flat, what's going to happen is the sticky ink is only going to stay onto that flat surface. So we're going to ink up.
This is a bit of trial and error for me, really, because as I say, I don't really know what sort of pressure and how it's going to work, but we'll soon see, won't we?
Well, that's it. As long as you just keep dabbing for a good wee moment, and yet and you can kind of lift it up yourself and look and see that it is kind of like a little bit shiny. It's got that kind of glisten look, but we're just going to then ink up like so. And I say ink up loosely because it's not actually ink, it's just, of course, the watermark. And then I'm going to do what we usually do.
Okay, well, I think I'm done. I don't know, though, really, but...
You can try it and see.
Try it and see. What's the worst that can happen?
Exactly, that's the thing. What is the worst? It's only a bit of cardstock. So I'm going to slot that in and close that one over. Now, I'm going to be using my Gemini, so because it is our 2D embossing folder, I'm going to go in with my 2 cutting plates. However, what I like to do periodically when it comes to the 2D is I like to add in my metal shim just to give it a little bit of an extra boost.
And of course, I'm using the Gemini MIDI, which means as this is a 2D folder, I need my extra shim, Craig, don't I?
You do indeed, yes.
So I pop that through.
Yes. So
hey,
yeah,
I know my MIDI. Ask me plate combinations. I'm like producer Johnny. Ask me plate combinations on that. It still has stuck in my head, but this, I know.
You
know
remember.
why? Simplicity
without electricity. So then once that is then gone through, what we can then do is lift it up. And then
yes!
Hopefully, I've got enough white embossing powder. Well, I've got enough embossing powder, but have I got enough sticky ink onto the back? Let me bring in just another bit of card.
You got a bit of spare card over there?
What was that?
A bit of spare card.
There you go.
I don't know why I'm skipping.
Skippity-doo-dah. Now, I tend to just go along and then pour all the powder on, but you use very, very little. So we're just going to then work. Oh, how cool is this looking? Let's then start to tap any of the excess off. You could, of course, go in with an anti-static bag to start with. Probably would have been ideal, but hey-ho. And then just make sure that we've got a really...
So I've got... Sorry.
No, it's okay.
So I've got quite a bit stuck on mine, like there, but will I just wipe that off?
Say that again.
Like all that bit there is stuck.
No, that's what you want. That's what you want. You want to coat the whole of it.
Oh, the whole thing?
Not just the heart.
Ah, right.
No,
so I haven't got enough on then? Or should
no,
I put more on again?
Enough. No. So I would do it again.
Okay.
Because, of course, because it's an actual plain card, Ben, we want that whole image.
I thought we just wanted to, like, coat the emboss bit.
No, we want to do the whole of the image. Do you need another bit of card?
Sorry, I'm just dipping this back in. No, I think I'm all right, actually.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, I think so.
Have you got more black card there?
No. Well, to do it again, do you mean?
Yeah, because you've already poured the powder on.
So that's... Right.
So you could heat it up, Ben, and use it as like a rustic sort of looking.
Well, I do that anyway.
You do it. I'll give you another bit anyway,
in
case you want to do it. But yeah, because the actual image itself of the folder is a full-on plain card.
Ah, okay. I'm just excited to use the heat tool as well, actually.
And the good thing with white on black, you will see it turn.
Yeah.
You will see that powder starting to melt. So we're just going to heat that up maybe 10 seconds or so. Make sure that it's up to its maximum heat before we go in.
Yeah.
And then as we go, you start at a specific spot, and as it melts, you then start to travel back. So as soon as it melts, you're wanting to then move. So I'm going to go up to that top corner, and then I'm going to then start to move that. So you'll see it. So if I go that way, and then you'll start to see it melt as then we travel all the way along. So the powder is only sticking to the translucent clear ink pad, which is only on the black card. So where we came into contact with the sticky ink on the black cardstock, that's then where, of course, the powder has stuck to. So let's then travel all the way along. So where this kind of like little bit of residual, it's as if my folder's moved ever so slightly, which was probably when I put the folder in the machine, but still, it's looking so, so smart. And then I'm going to trim it afterwards so it's actually the shape. So let's work our way along. You could do these with any... I'm a way to stop myself there. can do these with any folders. However, the best folder for something like this, Ben, is a 2D embossing folder.
Yeah.
Because you've then got that layer of ink or watermark flush along that back layer of the folder. Whereas if you use a 3D folder, because you've got multiple depths, it makes it a little bit, doesn't always look as good.
I'll do it again as well. I actually quite like the effect, as you said. It's giving it like a bit of a rusticy, sort of Wild Westy sort of feel.
Yeah. So yeah, you would be able to then use that at another point if you wanted to.
Yeah. I'll do it again though.
But yeah, and that's it. You couldn't, and it's a good point actually in the fact that if you wanted to, you could cherry pick sections of your folders. You don't have to.
Well, I think that was partly my fault as well. So I was like just trying to pick out like the emboss bit. So I need to go over it a lot more in the places obviously where I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's absolutely fine. But yeah, you can cherry pick sections from a folder. If we come along here.
But like you say, it's like it's no bother, is it really? It's like it didn't quite turn out, so just maybe keep that for another project or.
Or do you know what you could do, Ben?
Yeah.
Say for instance, you could do it again, so you've got that effect, but then on what you've just done, why not cut it out and then decoupage it?
Oh, I love that idea.
You could do that.
Yeah.
So it's never ever going to be any waste. And just so happens, which is pure luck, we've got the photo corner. Oh no, we don't. Why would someone do that?
Why would someone do that?
Put the
what have they done?
The car. Oh no, it's ignore me. It's right enough. I thought it was.
Are you blaming someone for something they haven't done?
Because it said corner punch. I thought it was the 3-corner punch.
Oh.
But it is a corner punch, but it's a photo corner.
You.
I know. I was just away to blame.
Cotton. What is it?
Cotton head and ninny muggins.
That's the one.
So I'll just use my scissors instead. And just curving around. Following that outer edge all the way round. I'm going on the inside of that black line. You can, of course, go onto the outside. Just trimming that ever so slightly. Working that around. And then we've got our watermark ink pad where we've done the letterpress effect, but then we've gone over with our white embossing folder. And if you'd done that onto white card and even maybe a different colour embossing powder, that would be resist. So you could go over with your ink, so the white card that shines through, you could then ink that up because you've created your own resist. And you've got your embossing.
Hi. Okay. Sorry, I think this might be a bit better now.
Bit better.
A little bit. I've certainly got more on there. So that's a lot better coverage there. See, so I've obviously applied quite a bit more. I'll just quickly heat. Right, I just got to. This is terrifying.
Go for it, because I'm fussy cutting mine to show as an example. Obviously, I won't actually stick it on top of yours, but I'll sit it on top of yours just to show that if you want to decoupage them, you can absolutely do that.
Yep. It's incredible as well, like how little you do use of the. You know, I've obviously seen the guys use the embossing powders before, but like you literally hardly use any of it.
You don't use much at all. It's very, very little. It's a bit like your Gilding Flakes or glitter. You're using very, very little. At first glance, you think you're using a lot, but you're not. So let's travel.
You see that going now on the camera?
To be honest, I think they both look cool. I see what you mean, like that Wild West sort of look. So let's just then follow.
It's I don't know why. Maybe because I don't know if it's because I'm doing it, but it doesn't feel as satisfying.
Does it not?
And maybe like because it's on the black as well. I don't know why. Does it look cool on camera? Oh, cool. That's the main thing. It's not quite as dramatic as I would have thought. I'm really pleased with this actually.
You should be. It's really
just trying
smart.
something a bit different, something a little bit new. Have I done that whole thing? Oh no, not there.
Well, that's it. You know, as I said at the start, I think we said it a couple of times, certainly myself, I do letterpress quite a lot, but it's usually just with our inks. So it's nice to show you how you can also do it with your watermark ink pad.
That's all right. So that was go one. That one there. And that was my second attempt.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Although they're both cool.
Yeah, pretty cool.
And then if you wanted to,
yeah,
like let's say for instance, Ben, you didn't like that.
Yeah.
Then why not just fussy cut it and then create your own decoupage? You can see there.
That's super cool.
Yeah. What I would say, I know obviously I've embossed that whole background. If only you're doing a section, just do what you've done.
Yeah.
Just ink cut. You don't have to do the whole lot to get that centerpiece there. But yeah, just goes to show you could go in and then use your foam pads or your glue gel and decorate it, sentiment. I might do a demo like that at home.
Such a cool thing to do. And again, doing different things with your embossing folders. I love how that came out, Ben. It looks cool, says Jay. Thank you. And I agree, Ben says yours does look rustic. That could work really well with like a mixed media look. You certainly, like if you were doing that for the first time, you certainly wouldn't throw that away. You'd do something with it, wouldn't you? And you guys know. Hello everyone, says Barbara R from Indiana. And Jane says, all that embossing powder gave me flashbacks of filling hundreds of bottles for a solid week. It was being covered in so many colours, my husband would get out the compressor to blow the powder off me before I went into the house. I like the way it came out, Ben. And Lisa says, my son, husband, a good family friend and I play... I don't know what that says. Play pinochle in pairs. I'm going to make 2 cards with a card theme to say sorry for your loss and hand to the other team at the end. I love that, Lisa Pete. What is pinochle? I initially read that as Pinocchio, I've got to be honest. Pinochle, though. And Susie T says, I giggle every time I see you in the apron. I have the same one and I love it. Listen, if we're going to craft, let's get serious, yeah? Let's get serious. Well, thoroughly enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. If you do want to go... But quick, question. So I've obviously used my translucent on there. Do I need to clean that now? Or?
Yes.
Yes. Housekeeping.
Just baby wipe,
yeah.
or if you don't have baby wipes or you don't want to use baby wipes, just lukewarm water under the tap or spritz it with water and microfiber cloth.
Excellent stuff. That was a lot of fun. So I'll pop that away. I'll just recap for you on everything you're going to get in that little bundle, so you know. So in the bundle, such a messy crafter. Yeah, you're going to get your ace of spades. So if you want to do the projects just then that Craig was teaching us, then you'll get that within the bundle. The Majestic Unicorn 3D Embossing Folder. As I say, if you like the whole idea of the Majestic Unicorn, get the full bundle, because the showstopper price tonight on the Majestic Unicorn in full is just brilliant. But if you just want a little bit of a taster, that's included in the bundle. You're also going to get one of our embossing boards as well, one of our sweet treat embossing boards. You can make things like your popcorn carton in there. You'll see the little divots in there. They're supposed to be there so you can fit into your Ultimate Pro if you have it. If you don't have it, no worry, you can obviously still use it. You are then you are going to get the round tool. You're also going to get 3 ink pads, 2 water reactives, so you've got your crushed velvet. You are going to get your lemon tonic, and you are also going to get the frosty jade. That one, by the way, is opaque pigment ink pad. All of that you're getting for free when you buy those 2 items in the bundle. So it's a really great value for money deal. You've got embossing folders and dies within those, and that one there, by the way, is the sort of similar technology to what you saw in the brand new Sheena launch earlier on, which, by the way, we only have 82 showstoppers remaining. So if you have been umming and ahhing about that and thinking, oh, I might get that, I might not, there are 82 chances left to buy that before it sells out. Whilst I clear up over here, and I'll show you the full bundle again at the end, we're going to go back to the Majestic Unicorn Showstopper Bundle because Craig is going to do some more with this. Just to say as well, in around about 25 minutes or so, we are going to be heading to Essentials Corner. We've got 11 questions now. This is brilliant. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be a big one. And thank you, Lou. Apparently, it's not pronounced pinochle, it's pronounced pinochle. What? Please, can you tell me more? Because he's laughed. Tell me more about pinochle, because what is that exactly? How do you play pinochle? I want to go home tonight. So last night I went home with the knitting.
What, a fancy game of pinochle?
I'll be sat there with me knitting. I'll just glance up from me readers and go, Laura, pinochle?
No, you'll be like. Pinochle?
Nicola just said, Laura's going to be like, Ben, divorce? Dear, oh dear. I don't know when Ben crafts this, Hilary. It never fails to cheer me up. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. Are you cheered up because I'm having a go? Or are you cheered up because you're laughing? I don't know. And Sarah says, oh, here we go. Pinochle. Pinochle is a trick-taking card game played with 2 to 4 players. A 48-card deck containing 2 copies of each card from 9 to ace in all 4 suits. Players score points by melding and taking tricks. My mum and dad played it for years with their friends from church, and it was a monthly get-together. I absolutely love that. I love that. What should we do this afternoon, darling? Pinochle? Yes, let's do some pinocchling. And as we go to Craig for this demo, sorry, losing track here. Question from Bev. Hi, everyone. Craig, would you say it's acceptable to clean all stamps/inks with a baby wipe? Less chance of me spilling water everywhere then.
Do you know something? It's one of those, I know obviously certain people, certain parts of the globe try to use less and less baby wipes. Obviously they're not necessarily environmentally friendly as such or biodegradable. I know you do get some. I do use baby wipes, but I use them over and over again. So, you know, I'll use them to clean up. When they dry out, I'll still use them to then clean up. I'll spritz with water, use them to clean, or I use them in my little tub with my glue to stop that drying up. So I don't need to keep putting the pin in there. So yeah, I am one that do still use baby wipes because they are a lot easier. And also, as you say, it just stops you from potentially knocking over the water. But yeah, you could just keep using them and using them.
Excellent. I'll keep the questions coming. As I say, 11 questions currently for Essentials Corner, which is on your way in about 20 minutes or so. But you're going to make an envelope, are you, out of the unicorn? Yes, unicorn paper.
Yes, so we're going to do a 5x7. Before we actually do that, I'm going to do a selfish plug here because obviously with Mother's Day coming up in the UK a week on Sunday, I've done this at home, not for Mum, I was just playing. And for me, I felt, obviously it was quite simplistic, but a lot of you guys at home were asking for me to film it for YouTube. So that's up on my Crafter's Companion YouTube. That's another one that'll go up either tomorrow or Friday. And that one is, we've essentially, what we've done with a template or stencil is we've created our own resist background. So we can ink over the back of it. So just thought I'll give a shameless plug, both of which would work for out with Mother's Day. You know, you'd be able to use them celebrations galore by changing the sentiment. So back to this one here. So I've just taken out Nicole's sample here where it is 5x7. So I'm doing 5x7 because it is quite a popular size. So I'm going to then be using our envelope creator. What I need to do, I've already checked the measurement guide.
Yeah.
So for a 5x7 flat envelope, what I need is I need a piece of cardstock that's 9.5 inches by 9.5 inches. So let's cut that one into there. So 9.5 by 9.5. And then if we bring in our envelope maker, which I've got here, this is also the one that would sit within your Ultimate Pro because it's got the little dips in there. what I want, because it's flat, I want to use position G and K. So I'm going to go in with my scoring tool. So we're going to go into this first divot here, which is line 1. And because it's flat, this is the only section that I need. If I was doing like 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch thickness, this is when you're going to use these ones, which tell us within the actual measurement guide. But what we'll do is we're going to go into position G to start with. So I'm going to score at G. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do the same on that side there. So we're going to flip that around, pop that into place, get that so it all marries up. You've got the little steppers at the top here, so that holds it in the right position. And then we're going to go in with G again. And then we've done G, we've done G. What we're then going to do is on these two, we're going to do K. So if I turn that one around, again, pop that into the top there, and then we're going to then score at the letter K. And then we're going to then jump to the opposite side and then do the same. So we're going to go in with K, pop that into position, into place, and score at K. What we are going to be left with is little crossovers. So where your lines meet, you're going to be left with little triangles.
Yeah.
So what we need to do is chop them out. Now you can fold and chop or chop then fold, that's up to you. But if I come along and where those little crossover lines connect, we're going to chop them out. So we're just following that embossed line. So let's just chop that out, and that out.
You make a lot of envelopes generally.
Not really, no. No, if I make my cards that I do tend to just put them in a white envelope.
Yeah.
It's not something that I do tend to do. I do keep meaning to do more of my own envelopes. But yeah, no, it's not something that I do tend to do a lot. It would look nice starting to do more.
The thing is, I suppose for all crafters as well, it's always the card that you sort of pour your heart and soul into.
That's it.
You can understand why you probably don't think about doing an envelope a lot of the time. It's just easy just to get a white envelope and stick it in, isn't it?
And most, obviously I can certainly speak for the UK, we are lucky and we have such a variety of different shaped card blanks, but most of them come in packs with envelopes. So you want to use them up. The other factor I've got as well, not that I'm thinking bad of any postal services, but if you get something in that, I'm scared in case it gets nicked, because clearly someone thinks that it's a celebration card. It's not just a white envelope. Do you know what I mean? Might have money in it. It might have gift card in it, something
really good
like
point.
that. Because clearly they can see it's a special handmade card. So of course you can disguise it by popping it into a big brown envelope. It defeats the purpose in the end. But then you can see how it starts to come together. So if I then go in, I like to use my tacky glue. You can use your tape runner if you want to, but we're just going to go in with a little bit of tacky glue down the sides there, where that crosses over. So I'm just going to then press and press, and while that is grabbing, what I've got is I've got a piece of white card, 3 1/4 by 2 inches. So let's take our glue again, or your tape runner, and we're going to mat and layer that onto a bit of the pink linen card, like so. And then we're going to mat and layer that onto the front of our envelope so that you can write the recipient's name or address if you are posting it. If you need it to be bigger, then just cut it bigger. And then if I turn that around, that should be fine. And then it's up to you. I tend to leave it like this, whereas maybe like Sarah, I know Sarah will then fold it inwards, so you can finish it off that way. So I just like to fold it in, get it the way that I need, and again, you can put a bit of adhesive in there if you want to, and then just press down for that to grab. We've then got our envelope for our 5 by 7 card. And then to seal it, there's a couple of things that you can do. Is you can go in, if you've got any of our little sticky dots, what you can do. Now, if you're making and selling them, put the little sticky dot on there, but don't take the backing off because the recipient will do that. If you do have like an envelope glue, then of course you can use that. Or if you've got your wax seal kits.
Oh yes, I knew you were going to mention
wax
that.
seal,
Yeah.
if you wanted to. But there you go, you've got your 5x7, and even although it's a flat envelope, you can see there's still space in there for your card that's maybe got a little bit of depth into the actual project.
Fantastic. Oh, Jane, thank you. I saw your joke, but I forgot to read it out because I think we were talking about, what was it called? It wasn't called that, Nicola. It wasn't. It was called P-Knuckle. P-Knuckle. I've got it now. Jane says, hey Ben, did you hear about the new squirrel diet? It's just nuts. Ba-dum. I love that. I've got a rude squirrel joke, but I'm not sure I'm allowed to tell it. But it's not rude. It is.
Do it.
Do you know the one? Do you know the one?
Do it.
No, but if you want it, it's not rude.
Do it
but
then.
it is if you thought of it like that, but it's not if you didn't.
If it's not rude, then just do it. Go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna. Do you want to hear it?
Yes.
I'm gonna go for a break, and then we'll be back very shortly with Essentials Corner. So here's the joke. Why do squirrels swim on their backs?
I don't know. Why do squirrels swim on their backs?
To keep their nuts dry.
Ah, nice one.
What? That's you, that is, not me. We are going to go for a quick... That was tame, wasn't it? That's fine, that's fine. Alex just says hello from the Netherlands. Hello also to Stephanie, who says good evening, everyone from sunny Farmingdale, New Jersey. Great to have Ben and Craig together all day. Maybe not tomorrow. We're going to go for a break. We're close to Essentials Corner, but we'll probably squeeze in some more bits and pieces before then. Any more questions? We've got 11 now, I believe. Probably more, but fire them in, and we'll come back in about 5 minutes' time.
Kathy Green from Mechanicsburg. I just wanted to stop in and say that I love all your innovative products, and the demonstrators are like amazing with all their inspiration. And of course there's Ben, who's multi-talented and loves Mechanicsburg. So thank you, CC, for all you do.
A few weeks ago on the show, we were talking about places where all you guys lived. Well, we might have used Google Earth just to have a bit of a sneaky look at the village, town, or city that you lived in. And I thought it might be quite funny if I wrote a little ditty and I put on my Facebook page, where do y'all live? And all 50 towns and cities and village into my little song. But I didn't realize that there would be about 425 responses. So I'm gonna cram as many places into this song as I can, but I won't get them all in. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. From over here to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. We craft in Lydney, Lynbrook, Launceston, Lehana, Tampa, Darlington, Almond Beach, Sedalia, Wills Point, Widnes, Wildwood, Wildham, Archer, Tackwell Lake, Walkerburn, Yate, Hesperia, Sublimity, Pinho, Avon, Freeport, Mableton, San Jose, Enumclaw, Great Bend, Detroit, Keniston. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. From over here to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. Crafting Parachute, Paradise, Pollocksville, Papillion, Sheepshead Basin, Petersburg, Seacon, Sutton, Saturn, Bristol, Brighton, Brooklyn, Blackwood, Barnsley, Tide Squeeze, South Shields, Temple Hills and Bentley, Campbell, Tucumcari, Ottawa, Hull, Harrisburg, Lexington, Tupelo, Cincinnati, Austinburg. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. From over here to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. Crafting Loxahatchee, Lakesville, Lawrence, Lacey, Livermore, Albuquerque, Weeki-Wachee, Pensacola, Ellsmere, Mechanicsburg, Williamsburg, Rebella, Houston, Burlington, Wet Wang, Market, Drayton, Yale, Medford, Wellington, Wapakoneta, Homer, Sassa, Santa Rosa, Wichita, Honolulu, Riverdale, Melbourne, Commerce, Fintona. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. From over here to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. Crafting Newton Abbey, Richmond, Dudley, Georgetown, East Kilbride, Eugene, Ferrum, Broward, Walkerstown, Newarheim, Fort Wayne, Gloucester, Chester, Long Beach, Raphael, St. Dominic, St. Cloud, St. Augustine Beach, Sand Springs, Romford, Tulsa, Traverse City, Wesley Chapel, Ballarat, Medina, Ramble City. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. From over here to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters, we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. Craft in Saarbrücken, Tucson, Kissimmee, Philadelphia, Chicago, Las Vegas, Biloxi, Lafayette, Elmira, Glendale, Scottsdale, Anchorage, and Hurtville, Seattle, Go Canyon, Ipswich, Cumberland, Unionville, Toledo, Miami, Atlanta, Cleveland, Go Canyon, Altoona, Calounda, Port Orange, Clover, Rising Sun. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. From over here to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters, we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. And there's a few more places I didn't manage to get into the song. West Runton, Newcastle, Kingswood, Sandbach, Carlisle, Bewley, Albury, Durham, Springfield, Ashington. We craft in Greenville, Lincoln, Nebraska, Sumter, Oak Park, Winchester, Knapp Hill, Stoke-on-Trent, Mount Pocono, Greenville, Charlotte, Oxon Hill, Tunbridge Wells, Modesto, Haverhill, Sierra Vista, Arecibo, Morgantown, O'Fallon, Aurora, Black Forest. We craft in Hermiston, Brownsburg, Henderson, Socorro, Fort Myers, Mandenhome, Hilliard, Farmingdale, East Moline, Summers Point, Calgary, Charleston, Salisbury, Malden, Galloway, Fitchburg, Hopewell, Aberdeen, Winstead, Castlewood, Chatsworth, Limestone, Victoria, Willoughby, Rockland, Canton, Falmouth, Canistota, Lyndhurst, Ashbourne, and Cluj, Napoca. Oh yeah.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty program today and receive 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits to joining Club Inspire include special members-only sales, and you can receive discounts, exclusive access to products, and even free gifts. You will receive 1 point for every pound, dollar, or euro that you spend. And the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. See if you can craft your way up to our ultimate Club Inspire tier, Platinum, where you'll enjoy the very best discounts and rewards that we offer. As you keep climbing through the club, you can actually reach Platinum Plus and even Platinum for life. The more points you collect, the more you will be rewarded within our amazing special Club Inspire community. So, what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club, and start rewarding yourself today.
Hi, my name is Sherry Jackson, and I have been a fan of Crafter's Companion for at least 7 or 8 years now. I love Crafter's TV. I mean, what's not to love about it? They've got great products, great prices, great people that work there for them. The customer service is great. The presenters are great. Demonstrators are great. Everyone there is great. I just love all the products. I love the tutorials we get. I love all the demonstrations, the craft-alongs, the master classes. Not only do you sell the products, but you teach everyone how to use it. I love the interaction on Crafters TV. I love the fun, the game, the prizes. There's just so much about Crafters TV. There's nothing not to love about Crafters TV. You guys have been there for me. I feel like you guys are my family. I'm widowed and live alone, and every day I look forward to watching Crafters TV, whether I watch it live or whether I go back and watch the reruns. I get so much inspiration and tips and tricks from everyone there at Crafters Companion, and I love all of you, and I'm so thankful for Crafters TV.
Welcome everybody to Essentials Corner. We've gone a bit earlier tonight, but do you know what? We thought we've shown you some brilliant demos. We've had a bit of a play, and we're going to get your questions in. So I believe we've got about 12 questions to kind of start with. But if you've got any other questions that you want to fire in as we head along, then you can ask. A few other quick comments coming through. Thank you, by the way. I'm like that. After my little joke, all laughing faces, no angry emojis, which is all good. And hi to Pamela. PB Brewer Martin. He says, I finally made it back. I'm trying to catch up on all that I've missed since the first show. Hi to all. It's so nice to see Christine Mahoney here, you say. I always hear her name. Ben, your knitting is going really well, says Pamela. Thank you. I'm really enjoying it. So you cross-stitch, don't you? You say?
Sorry?
What do? You cross-stitch, don't you? You weren't listening.
So yes, I do cross-stitch, but only when and if I'm in the hospital because of my Crohn's.
Do you never do it at home?
No, I would like to, but it's time. It's time, because obviously it is a time-consuming craft to do. I do really enjoy it. It's so therapeutic, and then of course you can't think of anything else other than what you're doing, which is, I suppose, why people enjoy your colouring and your flower forming, that sort of stuff. But yeah, I really do enjoy cross-stitching. Plus, if you are spending time in the hospital, which many people know, it is quite a nice thing to do that passes time. So yeah.
Yeah. Hilary just said, what did Laura think about your knitting bed? Like, in all seriousness, do you think it's like, she thinks it's pretty cute, to be honest with you. I think she thinks it's quite funny that I'm doing a bit of, you know, like, come home with like bits of things that I've done in shows, like cards that I've made, and, you know, now the knitting and stuff. But I think she thinks it's pretty cute. But as I said, I like to have a go. You know, I like to have a go at lots of different things, and I do lots of. I was saying to Nicola actually before. I really believe I do a lot of things to a very average standard, but I love to do things and try things out. And I hope, you know, as much as you watch this channel, right, because you get to see the likes of Craig, and you know, I'm gonna blow smoke on him. But you know, Craig, Debbie, all our guys are the best. Like, when I was at the other place, I'd always look forward most to working with Hunky Dory, because I used to think their demonstrators are excellent, and you guys as well. And as much as these guys are here to inspire and give you, you know, all the expert feedback and stuff, I just like to have a go now, because, as I say, I think I'm a good conduit, that's a good word, for showing you that if I can do it, then anyone can do it. And just have fun with crafting, isn't it, Craig? More than anything. Like we just did then. Didn't come out particularly brilliantly, but doesn't really matter, right? I had a laugh.
You know what you do excel at, though?
What?
Presenting.
You. Shut up, Nicola. Nicola's just gone. Debbie Robinson's my favourite.
George is mine.
Shut up, Craig. Thank you, Jamie. George is very good. Debbie is also very good. They've been to the #presentation lead, apparently, School of Presenting. And everything. I'm at school now, yeah, if you want to sign up.
I was thinking about enrolling.
Are you?
Yeah.
It's £5,000 for you.
Is
yes. It? Yeah. A first sensible question. Em has a question. She says, I have a glue question.
A what?
A glue question. I'm making the Violet Studio felt floral wreath. So it's felt, basically.
Okay.
Tacky glue is soaking through. What is the best glue to stick felt to felt?
Felt glue.
Oh.
Felt glue. It's felt glue on the website. Collal felt glue.
Oh, right. So literally is it a glue for everything?
Yes, yes. It's to do with the content. I'm sure it is to do with the, funny enough, what we were talking about earlier on, water content. There's something else in it, of course, that binds the, not wool, what did you say? Felt. In it, that binds the felt together. But yeah, there is a specific, like material glue, felt glue on the website.
Oh, yeah, you know, it's sort of coming back into my mind now that there is a section, isn't there, for literally everything. If the felt glue was out of stock, that is a good question. What potential substitute could we use?
So I'm surprised you're saying that the tacky glue's not actually doing much.
When Em says it's soaking through, is it a case of then she's putting far too much on?
Could be, yeah. Because that water content that's in the glue is clearly seeping through. So it really is the case of, and again, I'm going to say it whether it's collal, whether it sticks to. Just say the reason I mention sticks to is because you guys that watch know, I'm not going to hide the fact and say here, I use collal glue all the time, and you guys will be like, no, you don't. So obviously I'm just open and honestly verbalising the fact that you guys know that I use sticks to as well. So as long as it's a really good one, I'd be surprised. You could use a hot glue. The only thing with the hot glue is a hot glue kind of sits on the surface, whereas your base glue obviously soaks into the fibres of the cardstock or, of course, the felt, which you do want that. You want that element of soaking in. But yeah, it could be the case if you're using a normal tacky glue, it could be that you're just actually putting a little bit too much.
Our Susie T says, what about stick and stay for fabric? Would that work as well? Well, that's more for fabric than felt, or is that?
Again, we've got a specific spray for that. I think it's an orange tin.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
Next question, Karen. Craig. What's that? That's
Hoo-ha, boy.
What is that? What was the name of that cartoon character? Hoo-ha.
Wong Tong Wee.
No, it wasn't Hong Kong Fooey. He had Johnny Bravo. Didn't he used to go hoo-ha?
Oh, I didn't. I wasn't. No, I never kind of liked Johnny Bravo.
I think he did do
I
that.
was. Remember Doug?
No.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Doug.
Doug.
It's Doug.
Yeah.
I used to like Beavis and Butthead. Yeah, cool. Oh. Karen Carter says, he doesn't, I can answer that question, but we'll ask anyway. Craig, did you find out what is happening? Oh, actually, maybe he does. Oh, I think I just told him. Yes, he does. Sorry, I'll let him answer. Craig, did you find out what's happening on Friday Night Live yet? If so, could you share?
No, I didn't actually. Yes, I did, quite literally in that break, he proceeded to tell me. Actually, he didn't come straight out. It stemmed from another conversation that went into that. So I do now know. All that I'm going to say is you do want to shop.
Yeah. So the one thing I can tell you for Friday Night Live, so the price drops will be back in Friday Night Live from this Friday. So that's back. Yes, and I will reveal tomorrow. Actually, you're just on Cartload tomorrow, aren't you?
I'm just Cartload tomorrow.
So Cartload tomorrow, the big announcement of a brand new feature for Friday Night Live. We'll do it for the first time this Friday, and it will continue every Friday. As Craig says, that is a really great clue. You need to shop.
Is it a game?
There will be the games as well.
Do we know what the game is?
I don't know what the game is yet.
There's no sharks though, is there?
No what?
Sharks.
Sharks?
Sharks.
I don't know. Why do you say sharks?
Well, because it's about animal. What animal was it?
Ah.
And one came up with a shark, and it was a hammerhead shark, but the way that the positioned was, you couldn't see the hammer, so Leanne was adamant that it wasn't a hammer.
Oh. Okay. Well, I don't know what the game is this Friday, but the fact that we've had animals makes me think it won't be an animal quiz, but then again, you just never know. No, it better not be landmarks again, because I've had enough of landmark quizzes to last me a lifetime. TLC Creations has a question, Craig. Probably a question for Essentials Corner, but the mention of vellum reminded me. I still have vellum inserts from the year of craft.
Oh, yeah.
How would you use it as an insert? Thank you. How would you add it to a project?
How would you add it with glue, do you mean?
Maybe.
What I would do, so you've got a couple of things. Either a really, really thin line of tacky glue onto the back. So if you're obviously looking at the insert and you're opening it up, then on the very back, a thin line and then pop it in. Alternatively, you could go down that luxury look and pop it in, but tie ribbon or thread.
Oh, yeah.
You know, thick, not chunky, but you know, like a thin thread or something like that, or twine that's got maybe metallic threads in it or something.
Have these got like foil messages on them as well? Then,
Yes.
or is it, they have?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, I'm presuming it's the ones, of course, that you are meaning. The other thing, you can use them as outserts, so chop them in half and then use them on the front of your card. Do what I've done with the Majestic Unicorn, just put 4 dots of glue, maybe gems or pearls in place. But yeah, that's how you would use them as an insert.
It's one of those things again, isn't it? Like vellum, like people always get stuck on vellum, but like you said, those inserts can be outserts, and I love, or like you say, you know, you can sometimes like tear into them and use them as like strips or like belly bands around a card. Looks really nice, isn't it?
Yeah, anything like that, you're able to do that, of course. And then think of all your punches as well. And
yeah.
Obviously, we're kind of going away from the inserts of the vellum, but yeah, you can. There is a lot that you can do with vellum.
Question from Lynn Haynes here, and this is again a great question and one that we get. So hopefully Craig can help you out here. Lynn Haynes says, my glue tape keeps getting all sticky and clogged at the end and I can't get it to work. Am I doing something wrong? What does Lynn need to do? Like, you know, sometimes they clog, don't they, at the end?
So the key thing that I would still do is flip.
That's it, isn't it?
Once you've used it, yeah. So pull the tape pen and then just don't pull it away. What you want to do is just flick it so it kind of tears that adhesive. And that'll stop it gunking up at the top.
Yeah, because sometimes, like you say, if you pull like backwards, you sometimes get like a bit of the tape sort of springs out in a big bit, doesn't it? And then like ends up on your cardstock in a big lump.
Yeah, and a big, like bogey lump.
Yeah, that's a technical term there for you, bogey lump. So just a little, lay it down and then a little...
Just a little flick.
Little flick. Christine Mahoney has a question. Please ask Craig if he wants... Here we go. You're going to get a guided tour. If he wants me and my son to come down to New York City to meet up with him, my son knows NYC very well. Or have you already got like a tour guide planned and places that you're going to visit?
Yeah, we've got... Well, do you know something? Me and Bob, thanks to my mum. Mum's done a lot of the planning. We've got a really good itinerary. Yeah, we've got
one of those.
that. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to it. It would have been a nice offer, good offer.
Where are you planning on going? Just being nosy again, just to remind me.
So I can't remember, of course, some of the specific names. We're doing the tour bus again, but we're doing it at night time this time.
Oh, nice.
There's the cable cars. We're doing that. I'm doing Rockefeller. We're doing Ground Zero because that wasn't the museum wasn't open when we were last there. I want to go to the cinema in Times Square. I want to see a film in a cinema in New York.
Okay.
Helicopter ride on the day of my 40th.
Yeah.
And hopefully there'll be something on the day of my 40th at Madison Square Garden. So I want to do that. The Michael Jackson play theatre show.
Oh, like a musical?
Yeah.
Is there? Is that just on Broadway then, is it?
Broadway, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yep. I was trying to think. There's a couple of things.
You plan any meals, any restaurants you're going to eat out at?
That's the next thing that we're going to look at.
Yeah.
There's a couple that's kind of neat. It's best to pre-book, isn't it? But on the other hand, it's just good old typical New York food outlets.
Yeah. Superstar Susie's just saying, oh, you're actually going to New York again, Craig. Is it your actual birthday this year, she says?
It's my birthday every year, Susie.
Lol. Yes, he's going on his actual, he'll be there for his actual birthday.
I am. She's just really excited because I'm going to be meeting her.
What's that?
Susie's really excited because I'm going to be meeting her.
Oh, yeah?
When?
No,
I'm not staying at her house, though.
When you go to New Orleans?
Yes.
Because Stephanie's just asked about that, and that's next year, isn't it?
Yes, April next year, because I've not told of yours at home.
Oh, have you not?
No.
Oops.
No, I was a waiter, so you're all right. Yeah, you're fine. No, you're absolutely fine.
He's off to New Orleans.
I am indeed.
Yeah.
It is. I've committed to it, finalised. Not staying with Susie, though. Doing it as a package. It's a big cut package. So the whole weekend of wrestling, including WrestleMania, the hotels in there, meet and greet, there's all that sort of stuff.
What made me laugh, I don't know if you're on that show, Nicola. Oh no, it wasn't on a show, we were chatting about it off the show. You booked it with a company, can I name the company?
Yeah.
There's a company that does like wrestling holidays, Wrestle Travel is it called?
Travel,
I just think that's brilliant. You've booked that through a company.
Do the full package, and the only thing they don't do is the plane flight, the flights.
Yeah.
We book that separate, but everything else, 5 days. So as soon as I actually committed to doing it and paid the first instalment, messaged Susie, I was like, right. Because obviously night times are going to be filled up with wrestling stuff. It was like on one of the days during the day.
You're going to meet for lunch,
Let's get something. Susie did say either come round for lunch or take you out.
Oh, nice.
Like that. So,
that's going to be brilliant.
So, yeah.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
It'll be good. Be really good.
Stephanie's just saying, make sure you get your tickets half price the day of the show in Times Square. So it's similar to like Leicester Square, isn't it, in London, when you can get those tickets?
Well, we've already got them. We've got them at a really good price.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, we just thought we'll just have that security in certain things.
Yeah.
We'll just book in advance.
Susie says, I'm so excited to meet Craig in person. It's an exciting thing. First time. Let's do some other questions that are coming in. Julie Palmer. Hello, Julie. She says, Craig, if I run out of a straight tape pen, will dotty tape pen work just as well?
Yes, it'll work just as well. It's still that same adhesive, but what you need to think in comparison to your dotty straight, your straight tape pen, there's actually less adhesive, i.e., when you say less, the length is the same, but because it's like lots of little dots and not a straight line. So yes, you can. Yes, you absolutely can use it. I'm just always one of those that keep it for the job that it's entailed for.
Yeah.
So you would keep it for your intricate die cuts and that. But you know, if you wanted to, it's the same adhesive, same strong adhesive. The only difference is instead of it being straight, it's all on dots. So you know, you can do.
Could you then, just following up from that, you wouldn't be able to use it though, would you, if you were, say, like using it to construct a box?
I wouldn't recommend it, because even although we're saying it's still the same adhesive, though, there's maybe not as much structure to it because it's tiny little dots. It's tiny little dots. It's not that full edge-to-edge solidness of the tape runner. So I would definitely say, if you are going to use it, I would highly, highly, highly recommend to avoid using it for construction. Stick with your red liner tape or your tacky glue.
Christine Mahoney just said, go to the top of the Empire State Plaza. Is that on the itinerary?
So I'd done that the last time.
Oh, did you?
I was there for my 30th. That's why this time I want to do the Rock, because didn't do the Rock last time, Rockefeller.
I'll do that one in a second. Tim has asked a question saying, hi all, just a question for the foiling master. Could you remind me, please, of the sandwich and timing for using waste foil?
Oh, gosh.
Uh-oh, you got him. You've got him now. It's probably hard to do without the machine in front of you, isn't it?
1 minute 10, and then 1 minute 10, and then it's your foil, the waste bit of foil, with the shiny side facing down, the bit of cardstock that you're foiling onto, 2 shims of 300 GSM cardstock, magnetic shim from the Junior, and then the carbon plate.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you get that, Tim? Hopefully. I don't know whether you're asking me or Craig. I assume Craig here. Karen Carter says, personal question, can I have your phone number, please?
I think she's asking you.
I don't think she's asking me. We don't know who you're asking, so we can't answer that question, unfortunately, because we don't know who you're asking. We'll move on. Now, this is a great question, actually. So, you know our lovely Jane, who lives in Las Vegas, Jane Adams, who sends a nightly joke in.
WrestleMania is this year.
Yes. So she had shoulder surgery. I want to say it was last week, Jane, wasn't it, I think? So she's got one arm at the minute. She's got an arm in a sling. And she's saying, Craig, any suggestions on how to craft one-handed for about 6 weeks, I think it is, or any suggestions of things that she can do?
So what about colouring?
Yeah, that's the obvious one, isn't it?
So colouring, and then let's say for instance you've not got like your magnetic platform or something like that. What about tape it, like going back to your tape runner, and i.e. going to your dotty tape runner, tape your cardstock down to your glass mat or your surface so it's not moving.
That's a good idea.
And then of course you can then put the stamp on the stamping platform, ink it up, and you can do all that one-handed. You could turn it around. The only thing you will just need to obviously watch for is if you're pressing down, you've only got the pressure of the one hand to make sure you give a good adhesion. But even when it comes to actually colouring, if you've not got the magnetic disc, you've not got the stencil stamping platform, you've not got our old rotating platform, tape it down to the surface.
Yeah.
So then the cardstock's not moving. So you can just colour with the one hand. Watercolouring, you could do that. It's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's a tough. I know sometimes if you are out of action, even if it's just one hand, you want to do something.
But colouring's probably the obvious one, though, isn't it? I think. We'll think on that. If anything else pops up before the end of the show.
That's it. Yeah, I'll keep thinking.
LC, love to create LC, says, hello, Craig, Ben, team and all. Are the glue pens with the chisel nib strong enough to hold mats and layers? I use it to layer up sentiments, but wasn't sure if it will hold up for mats and layers. So is that the packer pens that we do, isn't it? The blue glue?
Yes, yeah. So the fine writing one, I wouldn't use that for mats and layers because obviously that really is just that fine writing. But the bullet nib or the chisel nib, because you're getting a substantial thickness of the glue, and you can absolutely use that. Of course, they dry, or they go clear, and they stay sticky till you put something on them, so your gilding flakes, the glitter. But of course, if you then stick it onto your surface, you can absolutely use it as your mats and layers, because then it will then come into contact with the layer underneath, and then it will dry. So yeah.
Kendall says, when folding pearl card, do you fold it inwards or outwards? 'Cause it's worrying about the paper cracking or the card cracking.
Really, really good question. So what you're going to want to do is you're wanting to then have the pearl side facing you. So have it facing you. Then you do the score. So do your score. Do it lightly and a few times. And then essentially then what you're doing is you're folding it in on itself. So you've always got the pearl or the coating of the card on the outside. Score it. And then, of course, you're then just going to fold that in that direction.
Still chance to get your question in before the end of the show if you have one. A few more that have come through. Jane just says, thank you, Ben and Craig, for another great show. You guys really make me laugh. Morning therapy done. Thank you to my lovely CC friends for lifting my spirits up. I hope everyone has a great rest of your day. Remember to do something kind just for yourself, you say. I will be here till the end of the show. Thank you, Jane, so much. And yeah, just hope your shoulder keeps getting better.
Fingers crossed.
As I say, I know what that is like, having had various shoulder surgeries. Very painful. So yeah, keep your chin up. Question from tablet. The question is from April Hanley. Can you tell me why my magnetic shim has become wavy? It's hard for my dies to stay put. Is there a way to flatten it out? She says.
It's just use.
Is it?
It's just use of pressure over time. You know, you could be going from, of course, using it to die cut, and then you're using it for your magnetic. So you can tell it's been one of those days, Ben. My mind's going all over the place now. So you're using your magnetic shim. You're using it for die cutting. You're then using it for your 3D embossing folders. You're potentially using it with your foil press. So it's getting different pressures. It's being worked with different pressures. So if you're using it a lot where it comes to a really tough pressure, then of course it could potentially over time start to warp your magnetic shim. Your magnetic shim is never safe from being replaceable.
Right.
All your plates at some point will need replaced, and that goes for all your magnetic shim, clear shim, etc., etc. 2 cutting plates will need replaced sooner than the others, but yeah, it's just wear and tear over time, different pressures over time that can make their magnetic wavy. And if you're finding it's affecting your cardstock, it really is one of those situations where you just need to look at replenishing your stock.
Julie says, thank you for answering my question. Craig, I need you to come and organise my craft room, says Corinne Collins.
Nope. Never again. I'm not even doing mine ever again.
Nope.
Although, you know.
What? Craig's craft room reorganisation services. No craft room too big, no craft room too small.
Craft your house. What's
hers called? Sort your life out or something, isn't it?
Sort your life out. Yeah, craft your life out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is there, says Trudy, a difference between score tape and red liner tape?
Score tape?
That's what it says. I don't know what that is. What is score tape?
Score tape. Score tape. Oh.
Oh. What is it?
Score tape. What is score tape?
We've got him here.
What is score tape used for? Premium double-sided adhesive that is perfect for... so no, score tape is just like your tissue tape.
Ah, okay.
Score tape, because it's got there. What is score tape used for? Premium double-sided adhesive that is perfect for cards, boxes, glitter, embossing, scrapbook, foils, ribbon, origami, iris folding, microbeads, and much more. So yeah, and the tape is acid and lignin and heat proof. So yeah, it's just like your double-sided tissue tape.
And when you say tissue tape, you mean again like...
Tearable.
Yeah, terrible
like
tape.
your finger lift.
Finger lift tape, that's what I'm thinking of, yeah.
Finger lift tape, yeah. Wait, what was the other one she said? Is it like...
Red liner tape.
Red liner tapes. So, I was thinking of something completely different there. So, they are, for some reason I was thinking it was meaning masking tape. So, red liner tape, now I know why you're asking. So, red liner tape and score tape are pretty much then, essentially, they say, I wonder if that's just another version for ultra strong tape. It must be. But, yes.
Finger lift tape,
by the sounds of it, yeah, they are along that same line.
Hi Marlene, who says, hello, I've been loving the shows. Unfortunately, I have to work during the day, so I don't get to leave very many comments, but it's lovely to have you watching. Corinne Collins, Ben, when are you going to make your album with all of your songs? I don't know. I feel maybe this might be the year. I feel we need another couple or 3 songs. We've got one done, waiting for the video to be filmed. I've done Leanne's song, which I've played to her and she loves, so that will be the next one. Hopefully sometime in April, once we've filmed. It's penning Leanne down to get the video filmed. That's the problem. She's even busier than we are. So once that's done, I reckon in April time we'll have that one. Then I've got to do the one for the Debbies. And then we might have an album. So maybe Christmas? Maybe Christmas? We'll have about 10.
Number 1.
Yeah. Oh, Susie says, and Susie's song. So I got to do Susie's song as well. Anyone else want a song? Oh, I've just thought, maybe a business. Whilst you're reorganising people's craft rooms for thousands of bucks, I could write songs, personalised songs for people.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, what could we... B&C? The B&C boys?
You organise their craft room while I write a song about them.
That's a long title for the two of us.
Oh, we'll work on it.
We'll work it out.
The B&C boys, you said.
BC, the BC boys, Beastie Boys.
The Beastie Boys. I think that's been done. And a question from Anne, who says, are there any more launches this week? I think there's one, isn't there?
Yes, we've got a good one on Friday. Do you want to see?
Okay, just going to quickly get it. Yeah, Friday. Tomorrow, I'll tell you, I'll just kind of like tell you what is coming up. So tomorrow, we have got a craft along first up. So that is a Touch of Sparkle craft along with Lily. And then following on from that, so we're doing like a 2-in-1. We've got Colour Me Happy, liquid watercolours. So we'll be previewing all of that in Wake Up Call. So liquid watercolours in Colour Me Happy, the craft along with a Touch of Sparkle. And then tomorrow night, we have Cartload for you. So that's Thursday taken care of. Why have I got... Oh, sorry. I'm also recording Second Chance Sunday tomorrow as well. But you don't need to know about that. And then Friday, it's me and Craig all day. So Wake Up Call, the launch day of what Craig is about to show you and bring back in here in just a few moments' time. And then Friday Night Live with so many reasons to watch. The return of the price drops and that reason which you don't know about, but once you've found out what it is, I can guarantee you, you will be coming back to Friday Night Live each and every single week. It's going to be awesome. This, though, is what's launching on Friday.
It is indeed. So it's a little Easter treat boxes with the characters that you can see. How cute is that there? But then we can have a little bit of fun and decorate the back as well. Or what about bringing back your crafty funky foam?
Oh, funky foam. That's perfect for funky foam, isn't it?
It is indeed, for the back. Or if you're like, yeah, but Craig, I don't really want to make the gift bags, don't worry, you don't have to. What about turning them into cards?
That is brilliant.
So the actual launch will consist of a template to make that gift box and then dies to make a lamb, a rabbit and a chick.
So that is Friday. We look forward to all of that. Thank you everyone for all of your lovely comments. Cat Butts just joined saying hi, Bonnie lads. But life has been hectic. It's been a bit like that, hasn't it? Alison Jarrett joining us as well. We, I think, are probably just about done. So you're just in for the one show tomorrow, aren't you?
Just the one, yeah. I am in earlier in the day. I'm doing a little bit of social filming next door. But yeah, I'm in here for Cartload. And then it is, yeah, all day Friday for Wake Up Call launch day, as you say. And Friday Night Live before I toddle off on my holidays again for a week. I'm going to watch the wrestling.
Oh, the wrestling in Glasgow.
So do not forget, I'm going to remind you on Friday anyway, but this coming Monday, live on Netflix, 8 p.m. UK time, so it's going to be 4 p.m. Eastern time. It's WWE Monday Night Raw. It's live from Glasgow in the Hydro, and let's see if you can spot me in the crowd.
Remember your big sign, yeah?
Yeah, I need to get something that made up. Yes.
Thank you everyone for a fabulous day today. Hopefully you've enjoyed all the shows. I'll be back with Lily tomorrow for Wake Up Call, Colour Me Happy, Craft Along. Craig will be here for the Cartload. And make sure you join us right throughout the day in Cartload. Not only fabulous deals, but we'll also be revealing what is going to be happening during Friday Night Live. You will want to be here. I will see you tomorrow. Craig will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thank you so much. Just drop that on the floor. Better wear that when I go home. God, can you imagine? Just dropped it on the floor. He started knitting, he's taking his ring off. I'll see you tomorrow for more fun and products. But until then, thanks for watching.
Toodles!